Testing, testing, okay. There it is. Going back over this again. Let's get all this crap out. Alright. This should be a lot better experience, I think, than the last time. I've got a digital camera, DSLR here. Well, it's a mirrorless Panasonic Lumix DMC GH3 that I had to set up with a Camlink 4K, a knockoff brand from Elgato, or not from Elgato, but I like Elgato, to get this to work so I could use my legacy camera, since it's considered legacy. And it has been a fairly long day with work, so if I don't seem very spry or excited, it's because this whole week has been very, very busy and involved. So here is that, and for some reason the camera's got a 180 on it, so this is trying to get it to focus. There we go. It's supposed to autofocus, but it's not doing that, which is weird. Anyway, here is the cockpit. Last thing I did before last live stream I did with my iPhone, which was a freaking mess. All right, so see, it's not focusing like it's supposed to be, which is weird. You would think it would. It'll focus way up here. So let's go get it to, there we go. I guess we're going to build down here. Zoom in a little. That should work. Okay. I'm live on YouTube.
Yeah. It's recording?
It's recording as I'm doing this. Oh. Anyway, I'm sitting here doing this while I'm waiting for my PS5 Pro to set up. I've got a couple of games downloading, and the one downside to that console is that it is all digital. I don't really feel like spending $80 on the disk drive, even though one would ask, well, if you spent that much money on the PS5 Pro, why don't you just buy the disk drive? I didn't want to. Plain and simple. I didn't want to. So, I mean, so sue me. Or don't. I mean, not really, but you know what I mean. So let's see here. Make sure it's focusing. Okay. Let's get back to the instructions here. So I like these live formats because I could take my time and just kind of chill out and enjoy. This will be the first time I haven't actually tried to rush to build a master grade. So that that is a nice difference for me. I can just enjoy the build process, chat a little bit for an hour, come back to it as I feel. Then you know, like I like to. Blah 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 blah. You're wearing my Marvel T-shirt.
Yep.
And B44. B44. Where is it? There it is. Well, there's only one. It says B44, but I only see one here. So is there another B sprue or B runner somewhere? Those are the stupid hands. G1. If there were another B, there'd be a B1, B2, right? So, let's see, it says this is times 2, so this should be, I should have, there should be 2 of these here. So why are there not 2 B44s? That is an odd duck. Unless there is another B runner somewhere, I just didn't see it. Aha, there is. So there's a B and a B. There's no. Well, that's weird. That's okay. Okay. So it's not labeled like a standard kit would be. This is really weird for me to build this way. Because the camera is inverted, so I have to like scoot up a lot. I wonder if that's because of how I have my camera positioned. Although I like it this way. Interesting. Okay. Well, it is what it is. I'll just do my due diligence, make sure I'm building this way. It's so weird to see my hands coming in from the top of the screen instead of where they are at the bottom. It's tripped me out a little bit, but I digress. I'll work with it. I will work with it. B41, B42, B43. So you repeat the process here on this one. So B41, 2, and 4. All right. So as y'all know, or if y'all don't know, I've got an unboxing video that's releasing or launching on Sunday. In that box, I got the Akatsuki Gundam, that gold one that everybody seems to hate on. I'm going to be building that one throughout the week. I'm going to take my time on that real grade because that real grade box is huge, and the real grade inside of it has a lot of pieces to it. So I'm going to start building it on Monday, I think, bit by bit, and release a video on it starting. I'll release a video for it on Sunday of next week, and then the following Wednesday I'm going to release the build review. And the reason I'm doing that is, as you know, there's been a lot of negative reception towards that kit. So I kind of want to give an unbiased opinion on that kit. I know like so many people are hating on that kit or had hated on that kit. And I just kind of want to give an unbiased thought and opinion on it whenever I build it. Oh, hell, where's my file? I think it's only fair to do that because so many people went into that kit build based off of a couple of early release videos and it's incredibly biased towards it. And I don't believe people are giving it a chance, and that's why the sales are so poor on it. And I would like to. I know that like my tiny little channel isn't going to like fix the narrative or anything, but I would like to at least be honest with those who watch this channel and let them know this is my actual opinion of the kit. It could actually suck. Well, there it is. Or it could be, good, or it could be decent. But it seems that people are giving an unfair review of the kit, and I don't feel that it's entirely genuine. I think a lot of it has to do with some predetermined bias or whatever they want to call it. I don't know. They got a phrase for it. But even Mecha like I like his videos, I really do. However, I think even he went into the kid a little biased based off of some of the stuff that was being said about it. And he had made a couple of valid points on the kit when he did the review of it, and I respect it. However, I don't think it was. I think it was a biased review. I'm trying not to be that way. I think my time as management where I am and taking on leadership roles as I have and working with vendors as I have has allowed me to, I would say, has allowed me to maintain an objective state of mind to some degree and see all perspectives without any inherent bias. That's the word, inherent bias. So I want to come at it that way. I want to be able to give y'all an honest review of that kit. And text messages go nuts on my phone while I live stream. It's a good thing I'm using an actual camera this time and not my phone, because good God, that was irritating. All right, I know that was irritating for y'all that were watching. I couldn't believe how awful that was. That was just a bad experience for everybody. I'm sure the last time I went live, so I'm trying to rectify that by getting better equipment. I'm not totally sold on this equipment yet either. I'm actually going to be getting a better setup, I think, in the near future. I believe the goal is to get I think what I'm aiming for is a Sony Alpha A7 series. That's kind of what I'm aiming for. I'm thinking of the A7R2, maybe 3. Just given that they're a little bit aged, but they can shoot 4K, and I used to have an A7R2, and I liked it a lot. It was a good camera, so I'll probably end up getting another one with a decent lens. All right, so off the bat, I could tell you right now that if you mess this part up, you're screwed, because this is a very, very tight joint, an incredibly tight joint. So I know it only goes one way, but holy crap. These pegs on these kits, sometimes I wonder if this is deliberate, as tight as they are, because even, good Lord. Yeah, I could tell, like, you see how much flex is right there? The whole kit you'd have to put together and probably eliminate a lot of that flex, but you run the risk of breaking these pegs right here, and they don't sit super flush, so you might need a pair of soft tip needle nose or whatever to kind of press that together. I'm not going to go too crazy with this. I think I hate how that light's in the way. I can't see the chat here if there's anything there, but let's see here. We'll go ahead and put that on like so, and that is the part of the chest piece for it. Yeah, I would worry very heavily about this plastic right here before it's even put together completely. That is just real flex. There's a lot of flex here, so I would not manipulate the arms in any way until you get more of this core inside of this core fighter built. and so there's no core fighter, so it's not going to be hollow. So that should kind of help. That should kind of help sturdy up the kit and make it less prone to failure. Another point right here is these shoulder pieces don't seem to be keeping together very well. They snap in place by two small little pegs, and it seems to be very easy for it to come loose. So I would recommend probably putting some glue in here, and that way they stay nice and tight, nice together. I'm hoping that this microphone is working. Anybody who's watching, can you confirm that? Because I had to put a new battery in it, and I'm not entirely certain if it's working or not. It says it is, so I want to make sure that anybody watching can hear. Otherwise, when this goes to on the channel afterwards, it's going to be very embarrassing. Okay, cool, thank you. All right. I'm not sure. I'm probably going to run this live for about an hour. I'm really going to try to take my time with this kit. I really wanted to do this one right, because the version 1.5 I did, God, that kit was just. If I had to rebuild that kit, I probably would have taken a lot more time on it, and put a little bit more effort into it. I don't feel like I gave it my all initially, so I would like to do this one right and really invest some time in it. Anyway, let's see here. C26, C28. That's a lot of parts for C. Okay. So C26, C28, they're down here. All right. That's C27. So is this a ×2 part 2? No, okay, this is just one. All right. Yeah, as I'm doing this, I'm waiting for my PlayStation 5 Pro to install a game. Since it's fully digital, you don't have a choice but to download games. That does kind of suck, but that was a choice I made, so I'm going to accept it and deal with it. I don't really feel like paying $80 for the disc drive, or I don't remember how much a stand was. I don't want to pay for the stand either, so it's just laying on its side. All right. I'm not entirely certain how to be super entertaining on these live chats. I think as I get more people to follow the channel, I do this more often, it'll get easier, much like the videos, although I still think the videos could use a lot of work for the individual who's watching. Is there any critiques that you may have that I could improve my channel and the way that I represent or present some of my videos? I'd be interested to know. I don't mind criticism, but I do mind if it's just blatant hatred. I got a couple of those comments, but I don't mind constructive criticism. So if you got any, I'd like to hear some. This is partly why I'm doing these live videos, so I can understand what y'all think. I gotta really move that light. I can't see dick. Let's see. Okay, that should be better. So, all right. So that goes here like this, and then F8 goes on first, though. All right. Where's F8? Where's F period? B. That's. Here it is. I think this is it. No, it's the A runner. Is that the F runner? This is the F runner. Maybe a second angle to get ahead. A shot of builds would be good. Yeah, I've thought that too. Before I do that, I need to buy another camera. And I need to get the other computer I want to get in place first, because though my MacBook Pro is capable of handling this right now, and it's a 2019 with an i9. So if anyone knows anything about this machine, um, Apple made a mistake putting the Core i9s in this chassis, and so they overheated. They overheat like a mother. They thermal throttle real badly if you put too much of a load on them. So though it works for what I'm doing right now, um, the computer I'm getting is going to actually handle multi-angled cameras or multi-cameras a lot better, and be able to allow me to do what you're suggesting, which I've been thinking of myself too. You know, it would be of benefit to have that um, other angle. But I'm not sure, because my current setup is just this one camera like here. So the other angle would be where, like, from over on this side, this is my left hand moving, my right hand moving. So would it be any angle that would be better, or um, something from like over here behind on the other side, coming down like this to kind of see how I'm building, or probably from the other side down to that way my hands aren't in the way and you get a full on view. Though you might get like shots on my t-shirt. You know, most of the time it's pretty blank, or it's got like a Spock or something on it. I mean, after work I usually just put on a random t-shirt and it's got some kind of graphic on it, so whatever. Okay, so which angle do you think would be the best in this case? A genuine question. My wife is making fideos, and it smells like that. Sounds like it's going to be amazing. It is nice and cold outside, so that sounds like it'd be pretty good. I could smell the noodles cooking. So, a lot of these glass files, I got to be real careful with these glass files, and you got to be careful with these glass files too. Like, they will eat away at the plastic like super easily. And even though I use the Rua Tool 3.0 and get pretty close, um, you can easily misform the plastic, more so with these, and start shaping them differently. Let's see if I can zoom in, or not zoom in, but get a see right there. Oh, I gotta go the other way. That's as close as I can really get, I think. Especially with the Rua Tool 3.0 and then that file, because then I'll start shaping the plastic differently, and I don't want to do that. That wouldn't be good. Come on, camera. There we go. From other build videos I've seen, you generally see some head-on shots towards the end to see the finished build. Maybe you wouldn't even need the additional camera; just take some shots at the end. Yeah, you're probably right. I probably could do that without a separate camera. Although I'm a glutton for punishment, and I spend money like crazy. As you, um, yeah. See, the rotating stand's cool. I I've done a couple of those. I've used my iPhone for some of those. Um, I the thing is, I don't have a quick disconnect for this camera, and this is me justifying spending more money. This is where I get in trouble, get myself in trouble. Is I don't have a quick disconnect for this camera, and I have to keep just like spinning it, rotating it to get off. Um, so I would like to have that second camera that I can have on a quick disconnect over here too, and be able to just pull it off and do quick shots, put it back on the quick disconnect or a quick connect, and then put it back on the mount and be done with it. I'd like to keep this camera where it's at because I also use it for other stuff that I do. Again, this is me justifying spending more money. This is why I get in trouble the way I do with my wife, because I spend a crap load of money. Um, I admittedly I know that. I say I can't help myself. I know damn well I can help myself. I just don't. The rabbit hole does deepen. But I think, like I told my wife, and like we discuss, the when people say you get to spend money to make money, it's not entirely inaccurate. I do want to be able to provide quality content for the channel, and I feel that a way to do that is by getting the tools necessary to create the content and quality of content necessary. Um, and I feel that, you know, buying another camera that would allow to get, different angles, and another magic arm to get different angles would allow me to do that. Um, I'm really happy with the way this looks. I'm only a couple pieces in, but like this is so much. This is far and above better than that damn 1.5. So much so, like right in here, especially in the here, I could tell there's gonna be a lot of flex here. Man, I don't know why I didn't build this much sooner. See, I'm waiting to get to the 500 subscribers. I know like there's that whole monetization thing, and that's I said early on that might not be the goal, but it would help to kind of monetize so I can afford this a little bit more. If I can make a little bit of cash to buy more kits, that's kind of the goal. So I can actually use my real paychecks from work to not do that. That would be nice. But yeah, I've heard that once you hit a 500 and then 1,000, it'll blow from there. I've heard that. It's getting to that 500, which is where I'm trying to achieve. I think I'm at 91, so I'm trying to get to 100, and that seems to be just damn near impossible. I think I'm averaging like two subscribers per video, which I'm not sure if that's normal. I really don't know. So I just take it in stride. That's all you can do. Let's see. I'm looking at my screen to look at this guide. The guide's right in front of me. Oh my goodness. Okay, A32 and B46. Okay. A32. I hear my wife listening to Evanescence in the background. A32. It stops at A31. Ah. Yeah, I noticed that on shorts, I can average about 500 to 550 views, but on the long form videos, without the help of the shorts, when I associate them, I'm only getting like 6 or 7 views per long form. Um, and I did the thumbnail thing. I changed the thumbnail a couple of different times. I think the one I landed on is kind of where I'm happy with right now, until I can probably get on Fiverr and get somebody to create a better one for me, or a better template for me, or whatever, or I could just keep using the Adobe Express ones. But on long form videos, I'm only getting about seven viewers on average. And so again, with the shorts, when I link them, I seem to get more that way. So that's been helping, but it's only averaging about 2 subscribers per video. And again, that's not me complaining. It's just observation. It's fascinating, this experiment that I'm doing, because I didn't think I would ever do this in the first place. And here I am doing this, and I'm actually enjoying it. I think it's kind of fun. That is not the right runner. This says A32 and B46, A19 and B40 and B46. I don't understand. Why is that? Well, there's A19 right there and B46. But that's got to be a... Oh, I see. Okay. A32 is not on this runner. I wonder where it is then. Interesting. I wonder what runner A32 belongs to. I'm curious if Bandai has like reused some of these runners for other kits. I often wonder that. I do often wonder that. I've seen a couple of people say that they do, but I mean, it's whatever. I'm not complaining. I mean, they get my money every couple of weeks. Shit, this last order that's for the unboxing video I got coming out on Sunday. I think I ordered like 13 kits. Jesus. Like, that was a pretty penny. That was a pretty penny indeed. B46. Oh, it's a Vulcan cannon, sort of. That's kind of cool. One thing about these master grades that really tripped me out when I first built them is that these pieces are just as small as even some real grade pieces. So that really, really tripped me out initially. And then even as small as some high grade stuff. So it's incredible. I got these big ass freaking hands, so every time I put these things together, I feel like I'm gonna lose shit all the time. All right, so it goes like this, and it fits in like it's slotted, so it's a proprietary slot. I'll tell you, I can't tell you how much I hate those proprietary slots. I really do. I don't understand why Bandai slots these things in the way that they do and make them proprietary like they are. I really think that they got to get away from that. They really do, because that can really mess up a build and how people build these things. But I digress. That's just a complaint, of an observation based off of building a couple of these kits already. I need a bigger desk is what I need. I really need a bigger desk. I think I need to be able to like put like a stackable a runner holder. Like I think another couple of YouTubers have. They have this thing that stacks like yay high, and you can put all the runners in it. Yeah, see, I ran into that with that Zaku 3. I think, what was the other one I built? Wing Zero, custom real grade, and the Gundam Mark II. There's a bunch of pieces, especially on the Gundam Mark II, that were incredibly proprietary, and though they only go one way, and I get that, why make a shin guard for both legs different? And then why make pieces for the feet different? Why not just standardize on it fits this way, so you can mix and match if if it should be the same, but it's not. So I mean, whatever. It just seems weird. It seems like a weird design choice from a building perspective. Like, it just seems like a weird engineering choice that they made. Can they correct it now? No, it's already said and done. But it just seems like a weird choice that they made when they designed these kits. And I'm noticing it on the more and more that I build, more and more kits that I buy and purchase and put together. They are very much that way. It's an odd choice. It really is, to me, why they would go about that direction and do that. As you can tell, as you can see, I'm not really um, getting too crazy with these files. And what I found is that though I like these steady files, like they're awesome, right? These are great files. It's a hotspot. You can see the camera register in the hotspot. Um, they are fingerprint magnets, but because they have such a fine grit on them, they can deform the plastic. So you got to be careful with these stupid things. But I used to use some really cheapo ones from like a little $8 toolkit I bought, and then I bought some other glass files that were just terrible. And then I got these because I read some really good reviews on them, and I like them a lot. I think they're great, but you got to be careful with them. So I tend to, getting back to my point, when it comes to frame pieces, like these or the arms or legs, I tend to be a little bit more cognizant of filing down and just use the nippers instead. And then I use the files on stuff for like the pieces that will be on the outside, kind of get a closer, get that. It's been a long day. I cannot think. My brain is pretty much mush after writing a crap load of job descriptions and meetings all day. So y'all know what I'm trying to say, or at least I hope so. I'm going to assume in this case that y'all know what I'm trying to say, and we're going to leave it at that. Um, but yeah, so far just with this, I'm actually impressed. I think this is going to be a really good kit. I think I made a good choice purchasing this kit, and I must thank Hobby Lobby for having it in stock because otherwise I would not have got it. It seems that they always have the 3.0 in stock more than they have a lot of other things in stock. So I was glad they had this one when I got it. I keep a ramekin with water in it and use a tiny bit of water and wet sand with the glass file. Oh, see, I have not done the wet sanding thing. That might be something that I explore. I'll probably get a cheap, you know, I'll probably go buy like a high grade Leo for like $10 or an intrograde on a 40% off sale at Hobby Lobby and do that. Um, so that way I could test it out without ruining an expensive kit. 40% off on those little $10 kits, intrograde kits from Hobby Lobby is like $6. So I wouldn't feel bad about ruining a $6 kit. Um, see, man, I love these glass files, but they, I have really strong hands, and I put a lot of pressure on stuff, so I've had to learn to adapt the way that I sand things, and just do a couple of swipes like this, just to make sure I get as close as possible without ruining the plastic. Sometimes you can get a nice smooth finish where you can't even see the nub mark depending on how stressed the plastic was when first stamping. Yeah, I have not become that efficient at that yet. I would like to be, but I haven't got that efficient yet, and that's okay. I think that's okay anyway. um, there you go. I kind of figured to myself that this is primarily for me. Like, right? I mean, I'm building this to show y'all stuff sometimes and reviews and all that, but I think primarily at the end of the day, this is just for me. So if it's not perfect, I'm not going to sit there and like scrutinize the crap out of myself, because I already have a bad habit of doing that already. But if there's a couple of nub marks left over, I mean, I know they're there, but I don't have like people coming in my house and going, "Oh man, let's go see your Gundams and stuff." Like I don't have professional builders walking through my house looking at these things. So um, I'm not so critical of it as I used to be. So I tend to allow myself to get away with keeping some of the nub marks there. As you can probably see, like if glare, if there's one right there, but I sanded it down enough to where it is pretty flat. So I've just learned to be less critical of that on myself, because otherwise I'm just going to drive myself mad. A4 and A5. Let's see. Now I have pissed myself off once before when I building these kits. When when I was building the real grade tall geese. Oh my god, I cut off part of a. I still get no. Yeah, yeah. Um, it's tough, man. It's really tough to not be so critical of this. But I had to accept the fact that I'm not showing this off to anybody else other than me. My wife looks at them sometimes, and my kids, they like looking at them, but they're not going to sit there and go, "Look at all those nub barks." They don't care. They just like the way they look. Um, I did, however, ruin a real grade tall geese early on when I started building these, and that's where I made the comment about the shoulder joints, um, because there was some real tight tolerances and fitment here in the shoulder joint in the tall geese, and I fudged it so damn bad. I tried to pull off this piece from the that peg right in here, and when I did, the whole peg ripped off. So I had to go to plamokitbash.com and order some. I'm not trying to promote any of these websites. I'm just telling you where I went. I'm not an affiliate of these people clearly because of my channel's like 91 followers. But yeah, I went to Plamo Kit Bash and ordered some pieces. Mind you, $4.95 for shipping for a single piece just seems ludicrous. But I didn't want to spend $30 on a whole new kit and replace one piece. So I waited the week and a half for them to prepare it and ship it out and ship to me, and it was like $10, $11 somewhere in there. I don't remember, but that was enough for me to go, okay, I got to be a little bit more conscious of what I'm doing with these kits and not rush so much. Real grades especially. I love real grades, but Jesus, they're so easy to fuck up, so easy to mess up. All right, so I keep looking at my screen to look at the to look at this guide when it's like right in front of me. That's how you know it's been a long day. No, that goes. Right? Yeah, it goes this way. There you go. Cover the shoulders. Freaking fingers are huge. Okay. Let's see where my PlayStation's at. 45 gigs to download Mobile Suit Battle Operation 2. Yeah, it's a little on the nose, but I've already owned that game, so I figured why not. And then I got the PlayStation Plus Extra. I'm downloading The Witcher 3. I love that game. I fucking love that game. It's so good. I haven't had a console for about a year now, and I haven't had a gaming machine in over 2. So I do miss gaming. I do miss being able to just kind of take a break and decompress away from other things. So I'm allowing myself to do that since I've got 2 older kids and 2 more that are still growing up. Yeah, I think I played the Mobile Suit one a couple of different times, and I had a PS4 Pro like years ago, and didn't even bother playing it again. It could have been that it bored me. I'm not sure anymore. But I know The Witcher 3. Oh my god! Like I think I've sunk like 300 hours into that game between PC, Xbox. Yeah, 2 Xboxes and a gaming PC. I've sunk about 300 hours into that game. Now I got a PS5 Pro that I'm going to be playing it on, and I can't wait. I cannot wait to play that on here now with my QLED TV that I just got a little while ago. It may seem like I've got like a lot of money, but my wife works at a pawn shop, so we get like real good discounts there. So like they always have these like really insane they have these people just come in and bring like the most insane like awesome things all the time, and so yes, yeah. Oh my god, The Witcher 3's writing is so much better than a lot of movies and shows. It is. Like it's some of the best. That's why it's so hard to watch the show because like, like I like the show, and I like Henry Cavill, but I'd rather play the game. I really would. I do. Admittedly, I need to read the books. I really do. I just finding time to between like this and work and finding time to sit down and do something else like reading a book. I know people say make the time, but man, finding the time is difficult to do any of that. So I'm just trying to do what I can when I can. I think the games got Geralt like so well. I think based off what I have read, based off some of what I have understood about the character with the writing and the and how they tried to portray him in the books, I really think the game does a far better job of expressing who that character is. And the show, though, again, Henry Cavill is awesome. It just it's not a good reflection of the character, and you see it so much better in the game, so much better. His interactions with Siri, his interactions with Yennefer and Triss are so much better. God, they're so much better. Um, and I think they got a lot of characters based off what I could tell, just playing The Witcher 3 and The Witcher 2. Based on what I could tell on some of the characters from the show, um, they didn't get a lot of the characters right in the show versus what they did on the games, and I think that's a testament to when a company like CD Projekt Red really invest in the game and the quality of the game, you know you're going to get a quality product. Whereas like if it's EA, that's going to be yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I think so too. I think the only reason that Yennefer was so popular in the show is because like the actress that played her was hot. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. And like the character, the actress who played Triss, I didn't recognize her from anything, but like she was so highly underutilized in that show. Like she showed up a couple of different times throughout the seasons, and she cast a couple spells and went away. Like in the game, like in the games, like she's so like you're so interactive with her. She's so integral in the part of the game. Like why wasn't she why wasn't she utilized in the show? This is just nitpicks, right? But it's valid nitpicks. I think it's because it's Netflix. It's got to be because it's Netflix. I mean, that's kind of why I worry about a live action Gundam show with Netflix. Is it Netflix? No, or who's doing the Legendary is doing live action. I think at one point Netflix was talking about doing a live action, and then it didn't happen. And I'm kind of grateful for that because I mean, I personally didn't have any real problems with Requiem for Vengeance. I personally didn't have any problems with it, but I would say that the Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within, that movie came out, and I remember that movie got like torched. And I'm a Final Fantasy fan. I've been playing them since I was a kid, and that movie just got obliterated and eviscerated by the critics and by fans alike. And the animation for Requiem for Vengeance reminds me so much of The Spirits Within. Like it's reminiscent of that quality of CGI. Um, and then the story, like the story seemed okay, but the interactions with the characters seemed to be so mismanaged. Like it was like watching somebody play Mass Effect One and wait for a character, the player to make a selection, and then have that 5 second delay for the other character to respond. It seemed like there was a lot they missed, a lot that they really missed. Now, I think the Gundam, um, I think the Gundam really did really well. I think I liked that design, especially building the high grade. Holy crap! Um, and then the Zaku twos, jeez, the Zaku twos. I was impressed with the designs. I've actually never seen Arcane or been anywhere involved with that franchise, so I couldn't speak on it. Um, I I probably could look into it. I probably should. As big of a nerd as I am, I probably should know something about that franchise. so I can't speak to it. So I'll take your word for it. Um, uh, I again, I think I've passed by it in the like when you're scrolling through Netflix or any other streaming service. I've probably scrolled across it and like and looked at it and go, that might be interesting to watch. But truth be told, like when I'm on Netflix, I'm watching like Vikings Valhalla or the Last Kingdom, lot yeah, the Last Kingdom, or I'm watching other things, or I'm on Paramount Plus watching a Star Trek or something, or God forbid the Transformer movies. Like I just kind of I stick with what I know. Um, I mean I deviate sometimes, but like Vikings Valhalla, I love that show, and I hate they canceled after season three. Pissed me off, but I think they ended it pretty well. Um, I wanted a fourth season, but what are you going to do? There's only so much you can do. Netflix isn't going to listen to its customer base, God forbid. Um, but I'll probably have to check out Arcane. I need to. I've seen it a couple of different times on there in passing, so I probably should sit down and watch it. I'm running out of things to watch. Let's see. This is one thing I don't like about some of these kids. Like even when you do cut close and you try to cut off these, cut right here and get these nub marks off there, they just stick. I think that's where that wet sanding would come into play. Um, Valhalla is really cool. Like I like. I've always been intrigued by Viking lore. Um, and like that's why I played like Assassin's Creed Valhalla. That game was awesome. Like I don't care like it deviated away from the original purpose of Assassin's Creed, but like I liked it, and so watching Valhalla, I think it did really well. I think the story was incredible. I think the character development is really good. I even think like the the way that they told the story and did a lot of practical effects, it did really well. And what irritates the crap out of me is that Netflix goes, "Oh, well, the viewership's starting to tank. Oh, they lost 1 million viewers, over the season versus what they had prior." They don't really give these shows a chance to grow. But you get properties like Cobra Kai, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll greenlight 6 seasons. Yeah, we'll greenlight six. No big deal." Do that for the rest of your shows. Like, commit. Like, if you're going to spend this kind of money on these shows, like, commit and like see them through, and like let their let their fan base at least have some kind of closure if you're going to end it like 2 seasons early. It just Netflix just drives me crazy with their decisions. Like like Henry Cavill leaving The Witcher. Like I watch the show, right? I mean, I do, but then bringing Liam, what's his name? Hemsworth. Yeah, one of the Hemsworth. Like just you should just cancel the show. Like don't even bother. Oh, he's a Geralt from another universe or whatever it's supposed to be. Just cancel the fucking show. Yeah, they do that all the time. They're like, oh, there were 2 seasons in. Okay, great, we're gonna cancel it. But shows like Somebody Feed Phil, a cooking or TV show about or a show about food, they'll keep around for like 7 seasons and continue to produce it. I don't get it. I mean, oh my god, yeah. I as much fucking Marvel. Um, I grew up on Marvel, right? I think most kids did that are nerds grew up on Marvel. Um, but after Endgame, I was done. I tried watching. I think the only one I watched was Spider-Man: Far From Home, and then like the Doctor Strange movie that came after that. My wife and I did sit down to watch the Marvels, but I wasn't. I didn't. I wasn't like, oh, I'm going to watch the Marvels. It was just like I was bored. Um, but yeah, I think they did. I really think they did. Like after Endgame, it seems like most of the movies, most of the stuff that they made, just kind of went to shit. That's why I'm not even going to go bother watching Captain America, the animated. Which one? There's been a couple. They've Marvel's produced a crap. Oh, the Miles Morales one. If that's what you're talking about, yes, that was really good. Surprisingly, from Sony of all things. Yeah, Into the Spider Verse. Yeah, that was really good. Um, but again, from Sony, the same people who made Venom 1 to 3, and same people who made Spider-Man 3. That travesty of a movie. Like if how is it they can make an animated movie and it'd be that good. But then they go and make they make Spider-Man 3 prior to that, and they make the Venom movies and Morbius and Madam Web, and you're like, what the fuck? How can you make this good of a movie animated, but you can make a shit show of movies live action? Like, I don't get Sony. I really don't. I think the producer over there needs to get fired. Whoever's deciding to make these movies, I think they do. They just need to fire them. Like, you're done. You can't make good decisions. You're fired. Let's see. A15, A14. Oh, it would help if I, did put up and down. I'm probably gonna reposition the camera because it's I have to bend over a lot to get things in shot in view. That is a little irritating. Oh, it's part of the runner. Right there, and cut that piece right there. No, I'm not done. You too. I'm about to end this live stream anyway. So, what is dinner ready? Okay. All right, guys. Well, I'm getting out of here. I'm going to go eat dinner, and then I'm going to play a game. So I'm glad that y'all showed up, and look forward to the build video for next Sunday. I'll see y'all later.
I noticed Tony, whatever, he had a shirt on.